Y'all, I am I'm tripping right now cuz this Karen and this Ken in my life, they really trying it. They are really trying it, girl. Listen, let me tell you. One thing I know and one thing I'm going to tell y'all, when you dealing with people, okay, when you dealing with anybody, make sure you have some audio and some video. But I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to white people. You most definitely gonna need some audio and some video. But see, I didn't even know that this situation would become what it has become, because this is a situation from 2 years ago. But it's like, wow. And it's like, I want to be surprised about it, but I really can't be surprised about it because these people fall into the category. They fall into the Karen and the Ken category, girl. So let me tell y'all what happened. Like I said, this situation literally happened 2+ years ago. Now, before I get into the story, let me just make it to where you can understand. The house that my parents bought together when they were married, after my parents divorced, they kept it. And my mother lived there until she got remarried. And when she got remarried, she kept it so she could pass it down to us or whatever. And y'all know I have my own family. So my sister, who is single, she lives in that house. But it's still like all of our responsibility or whatever. So, like I told y'all, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, okay? And then in the outskirts of New Orleans, in Louisiana, okay? I'm talking about the type of white people that have these big ass F-150 monster trucks, these type of white people that have their little fishing boats, on the property. These, people that got their Confederate flags flying and their little Confederate flag decals on the back of their cars and things like that. And since I've been back there recently, I see all the Blue Lives Matter, signs in the middle of the lawn and all this type of stuff. These are the type of white people that I grew up around, okay? Our family house sits in the middle of two white families right across the street from three white families. Like, you gotta go a ways to find some other black people. And this is why I always be side-eyeing black people who think that it's a brag, it's a flex to say, oh, I live in a predominantly white neighborhood. It's like, girl, you ignorant, because I grew up in one and it wasn't the cat's meow, okay? And that's why I made it a point to move out and live smack dab in the city, okay? And I still live around, it's a little sprinkle of white people. It's not the race that you live around. It's the caliber of people that you live around. It's living amongst people who have respect not only for their property, but for their neighbor's property. And this is the problem. So they wanted to have a little kickback. So what they decided to do was they literally drilled and hammered an entire light fixture onto our property. I'm going to repeat that. These people literally put an entire light fixture on our property so the light can shine on their property so they could have some light out there for their kickback that they had that night. Whatever. So they left it up there. When the party was over, they left it up there. So my sister had been asking them to take it down. Now, let me get into this. Listen, my mother was a very nice woman, to the point where she would let people get away with a lot of shit, including these people. My sister is like a replica of my mother. Me, I have witnessed what being nice to undeserving people will get you. I've witnessed it. So I understand And I don't try to force people to be something that they cannot be. I understand who and what my mother was. I understand who and what my sister is. I'm not going to force her to be something that she's not. For me, it took me some years to be able to tap into a bitch. See, I don't have a problem with a woman being a bitch when it's called for. See, I have a problem when people are a bitch when it's unwarranted. Let's for it. But only when it's warranted. And I've spoken about that many times. So I know who my people are. My people know who I am. And, when they need somebody that they know can get the job done, they're going to call me. And it just is what it is. Now, when this situation happened, my father was out of town. When my sister got fed up and was like, okay, it's looking like they're not about to take this shit down anytime soon, my father was out of town. So she called me. And so I went over there. And I went in, knocked on the door. And the wife came out. Okay, and she came out and started lying to my face. I asked her, is your husband home? Because see, the way that he had makeshift put that light up there, if we could have taken it down, we would have took it down and threw it in their backyard. But the way that he put it up there, only a man could take it down, and a man with some tools could take it down. So when she opened the door, I said, is your husband home? She told me no, when I knew that his ass was in there. So I said, well, that light fixture needs to come down tonight. Oh, well, he's not home. And when he gets home, he'll get around to it when he can. I said, no, it needs to come down tonight. And I said, and since he's not home, you need to go over there and take it down. Well, I can't take that down. I said, well, like I said, I'm not leaving until it's taken down. And so I said, and look, I said, y'all been taking advantage of my family for years. I said, when my mother was living here by herself, y'all took advantage of her niceness. Oh, what are you talking about? I said, y'all have been taking advantage of my family's niceness for years. I said, and my mother made me stay quiet. I said, now that she's deceased and my sister is living here by herself, it's not going to happen anymore. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And she want to roll her eyes and go her square, flat booty ass back in the house. But see, this is the whole gag. 5 minutes later, we hearing all type of racket and tools and drills and all this commotion. The husband that's not home, all of a sudden, he outside taking the shit down. The husband that wasn't home, the husband that left that shit up there for over 2 weeks when my sister was asking them nicely and respectfully to take it down, they left it up there. As she was leaving for work every morning, and as they were leaving from work every morning, everybody could see this shit up there in plain sight, but they left it there. Okay? Let's get into being nice and let's get into being a bitch. When you had the nice sister asking you politely to take it down, you ignored her. But it took the mean sister, it took the bitch to travel 45 minutes to the goddamn boonies, to the sticks of Louisiana to tell you to take the shit down, and it came down within 5 minutes. See, that's the bullshit that I don't like. Now let's get into present day, because once again, this happened 2 freaking years ago. So girl, recently, my daddy was over there by my sister visiting. All of a sudden, my sister come in the group text and was like, girl, let me read it. Let me read it verbatim. She come in the group text talking about, Shane's wife was trying to tell on you to daddy. I walked outside on the tail end of the conversation when you told her to remove her light from the fence 2 years ago. She still winded from it. So I was like, tell that hoe she could say it to my face, not my daddy. We can still talk 2 years later. I don't care. But see, I didn't really mean that. Like, I'm a silly person. Everybody who knows me personally, they know how I carry. They know that I'm just joking or whatever like that. And that's why they laughing, because they know that I'm just being silly. But on the real tip, it's like, really? This happened 2 years ago. And when you see my daddy over there, you want to run up to him and try to tattletale on me like he gonna punish me or spank me or whip me because I came over there and told you to take your shit down. And see, this is where we get into the Karen of it. You done completely disregarded the fact that you put some shit on our property. You want to be the victim now. You want to be the victim. You want to go and tell my daddy what I came and checked you about it. As if I didn't even tell my daddy when it happened. And my daddy was trying to be nice with them. And see, this is the whole thing. My parents are very nice people. My sister was like, girl, all daddy did was tell her, oh, don't feel special because she tells us all what to do. Like, just trying to be lighthearted and silly or whatever. Okay, let's fast forward to this weekend. I went to spend the night by my sister Friday night. I left Saturday. Why my sister called me and was like, girl, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? She said the husband, when I was trying to leave, the husband came running after my car. I thought he was trying to tell me something that I had dropped or something. And she said when she rolled the window down, he was like, oh, was that your sister that was over here last night? And my sister was like, yeah, why? And he was like, oh, I can't believe that she cursed me out. And my sister said, what? What are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, I'm still thinking about when she cursed me out when she was mad about the light. And my sister said, you're lying because she didn't even talk to you. She talked to your wife. Then she said this man was like, oh, no, she cursed my wife out. She cursed my wife out. And my sister said, you are lying. You're lying. And she said she just drove off. See, this is the thing. And I was talking to my sister. I'm like, what do they want? Like, what do they want to happen to me? Okay, it happened. You told my daddy on me. Now you saw that I was over there and you waited till you saw my sister and made up a lie and said that I cursed you out. Then you switched to I cursed your wife out. And I'm like, girl, what do they want from me? Like, what do they want to happen to me? Because I checked them about that goddamn light. And she was like, girl, I don't know. And I'm like, this is getting kind of crazy because it's like, and this is how much I don't deal with them. Like, I live in the city of New Orleans. I don't deal with the boonies. I don't deal with the country. I don't deal with the outskirts of Louisiana. I'm a city girl because I don't want to deal with these type of people with these type of mindsets. People don't even see when you grow up in the South. People don't really have that boundary. And it's a good thing and a bad thing. Yes, in the South, you're going to have that village where it's like people going to be looking out for each other. But you also have it to where I'm grown as hell with my own child and you run into my daddy telling on me. Really? And now they done created this lie that I like cursed them because see, now they're really trying to be a victim and trying to make me the aggressor. And I told my sister, I said, if it comes up again, I said, I bet you they're going to say that I hit the woman or I tried to hit the woman. She was like, oh, no, I don't think it'll go that far. I said, girl, she lied and said I cursed her. And it's the whole thing. I curse. Yeah, I have a potty mouth, but I don't carry like that when it comes to my elders. I don't curse no elders out. These people watched me grow up. These people are the same age group as my parents. Did I come over there and did I tell her that it was coming down tonight? Did I have some bass in my throat? Yes. Did I look her square in her face and tell her that she's not going to take advantage of my sister and my family anymore? Yes. But did I curse her? No. That's not even me. Not at all when it comes to no elder. Like, stop. But see, like I said, this is the lesson in the situation. Have that red light blinking. Have every device available when you're talking to these people, because we know how they spin shit, lie about shit, and want to be the victim even when they start shit. Girl, it's a mess out here. It really is. So I'll see you in my next video.